Yeah, welcome to the first speech of the day. I named it "The Road to Your Own Bar is Paved with Good Intentions." For those guys who are into country music, perhaps you know Randy Travis. The road to hell is paved with good intentions, usually. Or what I learned from opening Jigger and Spoon. My name's Bergmann, and yeah, I'm about to open a bar. We're not open yet. Why? I'll tell you. So, who of you guys have opened a bar already? Okay, interesting. Okay, so perhaps for you guys this won't be anything new. But another question is, who of you or of your bars, was there anything in it? So did you modify it, or did you have to build it from scratch?
Well, it was a bar. It was
it used to be a bar, okay.
Pin sniper for
like
40 years.
All right.
So yeah.
So you had some stuff there. Okay. You had to modify it and stuff like that. Okay. Cool. All right. So for you guys, I'm pretty sure you don't know what is Jigger and Spoon, because our community and our communication, better to say, is kind of rough. We have a Facebook page, we have a website, but we don't let out a lot. We don't tell people a lot. Obviously, it's a bar. And the name, perhaps you can guess, is because of our, well, we think two of the most important tools behind the bar, a jigger and the spoon. So it's got nothing to do with something to eat or something. It's really the bar spoon. Okay. We're based in Stuttgart, which is a small town in South Germany, 612,000 inhabitants, and it is a speakeasy concept. I don't really like the word speakeasy anymore, but why that? We have a bell on the door, and we need to have that, because the party street is based like 2 minutes away. So you have big groups of cheering, crowdy guys, and our concept is a cozy, nice, jazz, classic cocktail bar. So if you have 20 guys coming in and shouting for beer and Jaeger, that is not really what we're looking for. Okay, so we have the opportunity to let the door close or to open the door for anybody. So our target audience actually is quite wide. We're not looking for the smoking guy who just came out of a concert, of a classic concert, but we're looking for everybody. Everybody who is into good drinks, fine drinks, and who wants to have a good time. So it doesn't matter if you're in front of the door and you have a hoodie on, or if you have a smoking on, or if you're 18 years old or 70. Everybody is welcome, as soon as you behave. Yeah, so I tried to incorporate the video into the PowerPoint presentation, but it wasn't that easy. Yeah, please.
How do you do the smoking situation?
The smoking situation is, well, you'll see that we're based in an old vault. All right, so it used to be a bank. The whole building used to be a bank, and we managed to get the old vault. I'll show you later. We built a special room inside the bar for smoking, because no one would go downstairs, or on the other side would go upstairs two stories to have a smoke and come back down.
That's a big issue in our bar, because we are from Bavaria. And
yeah, okay, sure. Yeah. In Bavaria, everything is strictly non-smoking. In Stuttgart and Baden-Württemberg, we still have the opportunity, at last. Well, we see how long this will stay this way. I brought you some videos from the building site, so you perhaps see a little what it used to look like. Yeah. So this is actually really the original door of the vault, and you come in, and on the left side, on the right side, so this actually are the original bars that were in there, but we got them out and built 3 rooms. The smoking room, the main bar, and a lounge, which we were able to close with curtains, as if we realize that it's a slow Monday or something like that. So not everybody will feel in a big, large tennis hall. all right? Yeah, so that's what it used to look like. This is not very long ago. We were talking about 3-4 months. And the crazy thing is, if you're planning to open a bar in a vault, trust me, don't do it. Because it's freaking crazy. You have to get everything in, power lines. You have to get, to manage to get water in. Well, getting water in isn't the hardest part. Getting the water out is. So you need special pumps, stuff like that. You need, I don't even know the word, Häcksler. So you can get big stuff that is pulled down the drain. You can make it small, and so it can be pumped away. It's a huge pain in the ass, trust me. Yeah, please.
I'm working in this kind of project. It's also own bank.
Okay.
And you're right.
Yeah.
It's pretty old already.
Okay.
It's maybe more than 10 years old.
All right.
Moment, and it starts happening the problems with the system.
Yeah. So if you need any help, ask me. I don't know. We've been building this for like from January. All right. So 15 people, 5 days a week at least, were there since January. You can imagine the costs. And if you plan to drill a hole in such a wall, well, at home perhaps you've drilled a hole already. Take a pusher and you go for it. In an old vault, that doesn't work. You need to take a high professional device, Hilti, for example, or Makita, DeWalt, and you pierce one hole for 5 minutes. A small one. Then you pierce the second one, the third one, and a fourth one. And then you can get the machine to fix the machine to the wall so you can drill the hole you were intending to drill. No frickin' joke, okay? So we had to drill one hole this size. It took the guys 4.5 hours to get through, just to get the pipes in, the network cables, the power cables, stuff like that. Okay, but I'm not gonna waste more time on this. So trust me, it's really a big pain in the ass. And the good thing is that we have a second entry to the vault, because in Germany you have to have 2 exits or 2 entries. Okay. Oh, good. So this is what it used to look like, and this was or is the plan. So what we just walked through is we came in here, and you saw what was supposed to be a bar one day. You walked through, and we went out here. Okay. We get about 80 seats. We have a capacity of around 120 people. We have 2 cocktail stations, but we'll come to that later. And we've got 2 long drink stations on the other sides. Okay. Second video. So this is a video I took, I think, let me lie, I think Saturday or Sunday night. So this is the entry now. So you come in, you just got through the door, and the elevator should open automatically. As soon as we open the door, everything is programmed. So people can come in, push the button to the second basement floor. They are not able, of course, to push another button. And this entry to the, it's a side entry to the bank. So it's only us who are using this entry, which is kind of cool. So then we wanted to have people, the people thinking that they're wrong and that they're in the wrong place. Them not being sure if they're right. Okay, this still looks like a mess. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so there will be a carpet, a blue high carpet, but we decided to put it in the end before having to clean up everything. So please don't mind that. And the curtains will be here on the wall to guide people into the vault, into the bar. But also that, we decided to hang them up when everything's finished. So you come in, turn around, you hear the music because we put in speakers in the ceiling. You come into the welcome room where there will be 2 big pictures hanging. We have this museum character. There's someone in the welcome desk taking your code, hanging it up, and then you open the frickin' door and you enter the bar. So this is what it looks now. Still are some yeah, some wines on the floor, but you see a difference from what it used to look like 3 months ago and what it looks like now.
Customers open the door.
What's that? Well, we officially, actually, we're not allowed to have the door moving, but we found a loophole, and so we were planning to open it for the first guest of the night. So it will be closed, the first guest of the night, but we have to open. It's really freaking heavy. You would never imagine. So this is our cocktail station, but we'll come to that later. Okay. Cool. Yeah, to have this special kind of feeling. All right. So, of course, we also have a laboratory, which wasn't on the video in the back. So we were able to produce. We have 2 big ice machines, a ice ball machine, like Mr. Meyer also has, a big cube machine from Hashizaki. We have a dryer, a dehydrator. We have vacuum chamber. We have a, of course, sous vide, obviously, which is nowadays the regular stuff. And my little ice toy came last week. Yeah, a rotary evaporator. So we are also able. We will be a lot into ice, but we won't be sewing ice because it takes too much time. We have special forms which are able to produce clear ice, and you can even go ahead and put flowers and stuff in it, which I think is kind of amazing. I'm an ice nerd. So, okay. About the bar, 2 founders, Uwe Heine and me, my partner in crime, and of course some shareholders. Because you need an investment if you open a bar. And if you ever have opened a bar, you know that. And you need a lot of money if you want to change a vault. So what are the possibilities? First of all, you could win the lottery, which is kind of rare, but it happens sometimes, so keep on playing. You could be born rich, another option, or you could be simply be rich. Well, that wasn't the case with us, so obviously you could ask a bank, but we're not fancying that idea. Yeah, opening a bar in the second basement, only making cocktails, and yeah, no. So that leaves you with private investors. 9 shareholders. A lot, you will say. Yeah, a lot, you will say. But I can explain why. Usually when I tell people that we're 9 shareholders, everyone is shocked. Like, what? 9? How do you want to earn money? Stuff like that. There were even rumors. There were rumors like, yeah, they stopped building because they don't have any money anymore. Bullshit. Or they say, how do you want to earn money with 9 investors? Stuff like that. Seriously? 9 investors. If you get your money from 7 investors or from 1 bank, it's the same shit. All right? Just that the bank wants to know everything. Of course, the shareholders also do, but it's easier to get your money. And if you have to raise up the sum, you have to go to the bank and ask, please, could I? No. And then you're fucked. So with the shareholders, you sit down on the table, you say, we need 60,000 euros more. And they will ask, why? You say, why? They ask, do you really need that money? You say, yes. They say, okay. That's how it rolls. And also, I see those shareholders as the pillars of the bridge to our bar. I can tell you why. So every contact actually is good that you have, but you need special guys to have your shareholders, not only silent shareholders. That's a nice, fine thing, but you'll never find them unless you are really famous or you are really lucky. We managed to find a contractor as a shareholder. So he built the whole thing. If we wouldn't have him, that project would have cost at least 7 digits. This way, we were able to turn it down. Second shareholder is an architect. Comes in handy. Still, plan your bar yourself. Come to that later. The third one or the next 3 ones are from an advertising agency. Makes sense, doesn't it? We have another guy who's working in IT from Cisco Systems. We put around 4,000 euros in Wi-Fi into the bar, okay? Just to have a mesh network so everybody has online downstairs because you don't have a cell connection at all. And would have been nice, a bank or something, but no, that wasn't an option with us. We have a silent shareholder. So you have now the situation that you are not a customer anymore because the shareholder is interested in the bar being built in time and good. So you have a win-win situation. They bring money to the table and they're investing not only their money but also their knowledge and their work. Right? So actually, after thinking about that, 9 shareholders doesn't seem that bad. Good intentions. So the title of the speech was "The roads to your own bar is paved with good intentions." Of course, we had a lot of good intentions. For example, getting up every morning at 7. Why, you say? Especially as a bartender? What the fuck? Getting up at 7? Yeah, because you have to contact people who are not in the gastronomy industry. All right? So they are not people who get up at 12. No, they are 9 to 5 guys. Or even officials are 9 to 2 guys. So you have to get up early to get shit done. Another one was catch enough sleep, which kind of not really goes with the first one, but okay. The next one was eat healthy, live healthy, which also gets pretty tricky if you're working from 7 in the morning until late in the evening. But we found out really that exercise is really, really important and eating healthy. We did not do that in the beginning, but in the end, now we are trying to, because if you're ill, you can't get shit done. As easy as that, right? So don't forget that. And hold on to deadlines and milestones. And that brings me to the next point. Don't trust deadlines. Never do. Unless you made them yourself. But even then, plan with buffers and always think ahead because deadlines won't be kept. I can tell you one example. For example, our nice cocktail station, which we have here. You can go a little into the details. So we obviously have the ice here. You have your work station up here. You have the POS system. You have a passive cooled well for your vermouth and stuff like that. Your pouring spirits here. You have your old glass in here you can throw it there. And here you have condiment holders. Of course, you can open here the door upstairs. So you have a monitor. You can see what happens upstairs. And you can control the whole light of the whole room from there. So you have this cockpit kind of feeling. So they told me that it would be delivered in 4 weeks. Only that one, all right? This one is made in Germany. I tried to get it produced in Germany, copy it. This is an American product. I tried to copy it. Well, it's cheaper, I thought. But no one wanted to produce it because their books are full. So they said, you know what? We asked 5 different companies. They all said, well, we can plan that. We have a drawer who has to draw like for a few hours. And then in the end, you won't buy it because someone else does it cheaper? No. Forget it. We won't do it. So I had to order it in the US, Perlick. They told me it was gonna be 4 weeks. It was 12 weeks, which kind of fucked up our schedule. Number 1. Next example, the seat cushions. 3 months. It were 5 months. They just arrived on Monday. And they're building those seats right now at the moment as we speak. So this is from yesterday night. All right. Next one, curtains. Curtains, the curtains I was talking about. They were saying 2 weeks. Yeah, we can get it because it's not easy to order that much tissue. and you have to, you can't sew it yourself because it's huge and you need it's professional machines and shit. Yeah, they never arrived. Yeah, you didn't order it. Yes, we did. No, it never arrived. Yeah, fuck you. So what we did is we tried to get another tissue, or how is it, stuff? Like
Material.
Yeah, we tried to get the almost same material, but it wasn't possible because in Germany you have to look that it won't catch fire and stuff like that. And if you could impregnate, you could spray it to conserve it, but then guys told us that you will be able to put it on the wall. Like you don't even have to hang it up, you just put it there because it's be hard. Well, in the end, we had to buy the material ourselves. We had to buy 3 machines, sewing machines, and they're sewing it right now. They just finished now. We had to do it ourselves. And of course, the liquor license. Yeah, it's kind of a difficult thing in Germany. So you have to have your bar ready because they have to come and check it. But you need to be ready first, so you can't get it parallel. Yeah, right? So kind of difficult, and it takes time. So what I'm trying to tell you is plan ahead. Start as soon as possible and never trust the deadlines. Always calculate with buffers. If they tell you it's 4 weeks, we planned with 6 weeks, but never 12. But do that, please.
Now you got your license?
Yeah, we are almost there. We are that close to the license because it's in Umlauf right now. So we need to get the feedback from the police and the feedback from another. Yeah, police is easy. We already went there to say, hi, we're Uwe and Eric, we're opening a bar. So if the liquor licensing. What's that?
Make a background check and something.
Yeah. Well, the background check is already done. You have to have your background check before you apply for the liquor license. Yeah, so that is, we tried really everything to get it done faster, but well, Murphy's Law and stuff. All right, about planning your bar. If you plan and you build it and you don't have to modify it, but you can plan it yourself, watch out and try to do it ergonomically, all right? Because we don't want to do our job for only 5 or 10 years, and we don't want to have back pain every day. So if you are in the nice, in the nice situation to plan your own bar, and you're able to plan your own stations, do it ergonomically, so you don't have back pain. To avoid back pain, you don't have long reaches and long walks. For example, the POS system, right? So you take an order, and you just, first of all, walk over, type it in, and then you go back to the station. That's wasted time, all right? So try to avoid that. Wasting time, exactly. Be efficient, have everything in reach. Yeah. Also, to be efficient and to not waste time, we decided to have 2 cocktail menus. A small one, where you only have 6 or 7, 8 cocktails, 8 highballs, and the regular stuff, like some wine, champagne, espresso, stuff like that. And we have the big, we call it Bible, okay? Why? Because most of the people coming into your bar will look at the menu, and we will only be handing out that menu as a standard. So most of the people don't ask for anything else. Let's say perhaps 30 or 40% will ask for something else, but the other 60% will order something from this menu, which means you can prepare your station and you can prep your station for exactly those drinks. You need less bottles on your station, and you can be more efficient. Our next thing, the whole menu also and the whole bar, it looks old school, right? But behind that, we use modern technology. As I said, for example, all the lights can be triggered from a touchscreen, stuff like that. But I wanna get you guys to use modern technology. We have it on our hands right now, so why not use it? We have some examples of technology we use for our bar. For example, in the planning, we used, of course, a cloud to have all the documents, exactly what you were saying, right? The stuff you get back from the police, shit like that. So you don't, if you were at the office of the city, at the city town hall, and you forgot one document, you can open it here. You can send it directly by email, right? And also the communication between Uwe and me was so easy using a cloud. What you guys don't know is I used to work in IT, but that came in handy with this. Our next thing was a notebook app. So it doesn't matter if you use Evernote or OneNote from Microsoft or whatever, but do it, use it. So our staff can download this app. There's an app for your cell phone, it's for free. And there's also an app for your PC or your Mac. And this way we can communicate, for example, important information about our pouring spirits, and they can look it up wherever they are. They can learn, they can check it out, they can read what they don't know. So this is the communication. Of course, you could print it out and hand it out, but no one will read it, let's be honest. This way, easier. Next thing, we use digital study flashcards. Perhaps you guys know the flashcards. You write the name of the cocktail, and on the back you have the recipe, right? But we're in the 21st century. Why use paper if you could use digital study flashcards? So we hand out this app to our staff, and they have those cocktails inside in the app. So they read the cocktail name, they can push on it, this card turns around, and if you're right, you push I'm good with it. If it's easy, if you know the recipe by heart, you say very easy. And if you don't know it, say no, don't know it yet. And there's an algorithm that's gonna show you every now and then, every more of the cards you don't know. Kind of cool. And the other thing is you don't have to have your cards with you, but you always have it in handy, right? If you're in the bus, if you're waiting for the bus, if you're sitting here and not interested in my speech or something like that, you have always the possibility, the opportunity to learn. A digital time clock. Well, the main reason wasn't to control our stuff. You can stamp in, stamp out. Yeah. The main reason why we decided to have a digital time clock was that the communication between the staff and you. So if a staff member, for example, wants some holidays, he has this app on his phone, and he can type it in. So you don't have to have any messages, emails you don't read, stuff like that. You have it all concentrated in this app. They can apply for shifts. You can make a shift plan. I've never made a shift plan that easy. Trust me, it's so nice. If you haven't, there are different producers on the market. This is E2N. There's also Gastromatic, stuff like that. Check it out. If you're not using it, trust me. Look into it. Try E2N, for example. They are not paying me, but try E2N. You have 14 days to try it for free. Trust me, you'll love it. So easy and so good for the staff. The staff is so happy about it. And of course, obviously, WhatsApp and Facebook chat groups to have important information shared. But this is kind of a difficult thing because you have to make certain rules. No spamming, keep fun pics to a minimum, stuff like that, you know, or yeah, only communicate important stuff. You could of course add a second chat group for crazy stuff, for memes and shit like that, but that's an opportunity. But that one, if you're using a chat group, try to keep it clean, because some people have fun posting shit, but the other ones will be bored and they will not look into it anymore. The next thing is kinda tricky but nice. You're nowadays able to analyze your guests by their phone. So we put 4,000 euros into the Wi-Fi system, and this is why. We can analyze how many times a guest comes to our bar, how long he's staying, and if he's a first timer, stuff like that. And he does not even have to log into your Wi-Fi. It's enough to have his phone on and the Wi-Fi on. So our system checks it, and I can even check how many times he comes. You can name him, stuff like that. So really comes in handy. For this.
In real time?
Yeah, you could, exactly. You could. The technology nowadays is this crazy. I just heard that. If we did not, but if you use the cameras from them, from the same company, from Cisco, you could even get the picture of a certain cell phone, because you can program it, and the Wi-Fi system will find out where he's located, and the camera goes to him. That's scary shit, but that's actually how it runs nowadays. Please.
You said the customers don't have to log into the Wi-Fi network.
Exactly.
So, but I think you're shielded from outside because you're underground. But if I would have to have a bar, like directly on the street, wouldn't I also fetch like?
Well, yeah, yes and no. You can actually turn it in and out with a dB, with the intensity. You can regulate that, and you have the opportunity. For example, this one is passers-by. So if someone just only passes by, you can log that out. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So this is really comes in handy if you want to analyze your bar and your business. All right.
Are you planning on adding in guest notes to individual people?
That is kind of hard with this system. You have the opportunity, but you had to code it on yourself. I don't think we'll have the time, or I hope we won't have the time. But there are also CRM programs. You could manage that with an open table or stuff like that. But that's, yeah, we're thinking about it, but for now, we're not doing it. So it should be enough to know, okay, the MAC address of this cell phone belongs to a certain guest. So we can check out how often he comes back and stuff like that, or how long he's staying. Please.
And this is legal here? Like, do you tell your guests that you're tracking them?
Well, yeah, it is nowadays, but as soon as long as it stays inside your system, everything's fine. Of course, as soon as you bring the information out, if you share the MAC addresses, stuff like that, then you're turning to the illegal site. So that you shouldn't do. Yeah, but as long as it stays in the system, that's all right. Well, and if you walk in the street and check out how many Wi-Fi networks you have, well, some of them will track you, just to let you guys know. Right, cool. So those are the opportunities and the possibilities we are using. Now is the question, do you have any questions? Okay, nobody. That can be a very good sign or a very bad sign, please.
What kind of budget are you looking at on this?
The whole project? Well, I can't say exact numbers, I'm not allowed to, but it's easily, of course, 6 digits. It's not 7 digits, but it's not very far away from it. Yeah, yeah. So you're looking into the middle of 6 digits. Yeah, high 6 digits. Well, we have a plan for around 6 to 10 years. Best case, worst case. That should work out. Well, we'll see. Of course, we have a summer problem because second baseman, sure. But we are planning on going back into the catering business for the summer. Exactly. Yeah.
What is your business model? Is it a GmbH or?
Yeah, it's a GmbH as a yeah, exactly GmbH with 9 shareholders, and the shares are well, Uwe and me, we hold most of the shares, and then the other ones are split by the investment. Exactly, yeah. That makes it kind of easy. We have not the full control of it, obviously, because the shareholders want their thing. But yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty good. We're pretty lucky to have that.
How much control do the investors have over the design and the architecture?
Well, and this is actually the downside. If you have 9 people sitting at a table, there's a lot of discussions. It steals time, but sometimes it's a good thing. Because if I have to argue my point, and sometimes I don't have a reason why I want it this way, then you should think about your point, right? And I can tell you, I was arguing with the contractor for every single frickin' power plug. for around 2 hours per plug. And the network connections and stuff like that. Because I'm a guy who says, okay, have more connections, have more plugs and stuff like that. So you could put the POS system here or there. If you have only one connection, you're fixed to this position. And if you realize that in your head everything was fine and everything should be nice, and then you're doing a pre-opening and you realize, fuck, that's not the right place. It gets wet or whatever. Then you have the opportunity to change it. We have the opportunity to change that. So I can also put it on the left side. I could put it on the very end of the bar. I can open a new station, stuff like that. So also this, if you have the opportunity to put in new power plugs and network connections, forget Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is nice for internet and for customers, but not for a professional system. That always fucks you. As an IT guy, I can tell you that.
So everything hardwired.
Yeah. Well, of course, the credit card terminals aren't, obviously, but everything else we could hardwire, we did. Yeah. Also, the sound system, this whole thing is controlled. You can control it with your cell phone. We're using Sonos to have a multi-room system, but we're not using the speakers because they're consumers, right? Consumer technology. We're using high-end speakers from Finland, Genelec, which are usually studio monitors. Yeah. Also that, also controlled, but hardwired, not Wi-Fi, just to be safe. You never know. Yeah. Also, Wi-Fi is kind of hard because you got 90 centimeters thick concrete walls, so there's no signal coming in or out if you don't put a hotspot inside. Yeah. Anything else? Well, thank you. I'll be here some more minutes. If you have any more questions, or if you plan to open a bar, if you really plan to build a bar in a vault, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me anytime. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.